people. I'm very happy that we're together again. Today we'll make some design for this nice table, choose materials for it, we'll decide on what kind of design we'll make for it, and we'll just go for it.
The first thing I would propose for you is to get working clothes on, because we'll work with acrylic colors, which tend to stick to your clothes and it's very hard to wash them out, or maybe even impossible.
That's why I have old clothes on, which I'm using only for painting and when I'm working.
My sofa suffered also from the threat of the paints. I sat on my sofa when I had some paint on my clothes, so I had to refresh and paint with more acrylic colors on the sofa so it looks like something.
So now you get the safety instructions. I want to tell you some things about how I make designs for drawings and for artworks in general, and how to get inspired.
So often when I'm sitting with my pencil in hand and I try to draw something, I'm struggling in thinking of what it could be. And maybe it happened to you as well, that many times you want to draw something but you just don't know what. The only thing, the solution that I have is get inspired from your surroundings, or something that happened, or just moments here and there from your day. How I got the idea for this table, because as you can see the color of the wood is quite light. I thought it would be good to use some silver colors on it. I always have this association in my head: light, silver and dark and goldish. I have never used silver colors, acrylic colors before on furniture. I already did one table for a friend, but it was only in black and white. I like working in black and white. So I think I'm going to use again this scheme. Then I thought, okay, but if I'm using silverish colors, what kind of design should I have with the silver? And of course, the fastest associations again are winter, some queen, some ice, maybe forest in the winter, and I have my coffee. And then I looked at my coffee cup, which is kind of a flowerish design, or design with the forest again. I thought about my working clothes. I took my blouse from the wardrobe and I thought, oh, I really like deers and I really like animals, and I don't have this element in my home. And I think they're quite modern now, like forest, owls and everything else. But of course you can make something that looks special for your design and looks unique, and it's not only a trend or something. So then I had silver, I had forest, I had some queen, I had my cup with coffee, and it just started rushing in my head. I really like drawing people, and I know it's hard for most of the people, and also for me, of course. But I show you how to draw a human figure to make it easy for you and to work. Another inspiration that I had from my day was that I was drawing some fantasy characters lately, and one of the evenings I was just casually watching Lord of the Rings. It's a really good movie. I'm not a crazy fan, but I like how the movie is done, and then I look through the videos how the movie is made, so it was quite interesting and inspiring, all the enthusiasm of the crew and all the work that they have done. So I thought again about my table, and I said, okay, it would be really nice if I create some fantasy woman character that's in the forest, and she's a little bit mysterious and feminine, and it has a really nice costume, because in these movies, like Lord of the Rings, there are a lot of work on scenography and costumes, and that's a thing that I'm interested in too. So again, I drew some inspiration from my everyday life. So the final idea for this table would be a fantasy character woman that is with silver costume with some nice elements. She's walking into the forest and maybe looking behind her shoulder, if I can say that, and maybe some animals which are like net or ornaments around her. Another thing I want to do about this table, I don't want to take all the surface of the table, so I think I'll work mostly in the middle of it, so I still can, so people still can see some of the nice texture of the wood. Another inspiration from the table. When I was scratching the old paint out, I noticed these nice knots of those. They look like the tail of this bird. I forgot the name. With the nice tail, which ornaments like eyes on it. I forgot the word. Maybe I'll try to enhance one or two of these knots from the wood. So it's again some animal ornament. What I decided to do with the scratches on the surface of the table, I talked about them in the last video. I can't really do much about it, and I don't have other products in hand now. So I decided to make them like comets or like meteors or something like that, or just like fireflies in this forest. So they'll be here and there, but that won't ruin the composition. Sometimes you just have to be, you just have to improvise with what you have. And I have noticed for myself that the best designs happen when you don't have the whole design pre-made. When the design is not pre-made, you can still develop it while working. I find this really fascinating. So don't be afraid. As we start with the painting, it will just develop by itself. Let's talk about the materials now. Of course, I have some materials back in my closet, but sometimes I also need to buy some extra stuff. And I don't like doing that. I figured out a way to spend less money on materials. How I do that? When I'm making design, I try to think what I can use from what I already have, and for some special things, maybe I buy a little extra. I think the materials that I have chosen are quite common, and you can use them for a long period. So it's a good investment for you. And here are the materials that we're going to use. I need some pencils. I will use a very soft pencil, and what I mean by soft pencil is 6B. It won't focus now, but the pencil is 6B. The more numbers you have in front of the B factor, if I can say so, the pencil, it means that it's softer, and you can apply less pressure when you're drawing. And if your pencil is B or HB or H, it means it's a harder pencil. And maybe you will have to apply more pressure. Here I have my rubber. It's kneadable artistic rubber. It's not expensive, so I recommend getting this rubber and using it rather than the regular one. It's more easy to use this rubber. You can see that you can model it. It uses the warmth of your body, and it can get any shape that you want, or you can just use small pieces of it by time. When I'm ready with my design on the table with the pencils, maybe I'll use these. And I know it's not the best, it's not professional tool for carpenters to carve wood, and please don't crucify me, dear carpenters and woodworkers, for doing that. But I'll try to work a little bit on my scratches and make them the shape of comets, as we talked before. But first I have to see how the drawing would be positioned on the table, and then I'll decide what I'm going to do with these two guys. When I'm ready with the shapes or the extra carving with the wood, with the tools, I'm going to use, I think, decoupage lac. It doesn't have color and allows you to stick paper, to stick many things to a surface. The reason I bought it is because I want to stick this, I forgot the word, to use this glitter. After I'm finished with the comets, or meanwhile, I'll start using the paints. Here I have black paint, acrylic paint, which I'm going to use for contours of the drawing. I have the white ones, which I'm going to use for making the dress of the woman or some shadows on her face, and I will show you how to do that. And again, I have some silver acrylic paint, which I'm going to use for some accents, but I will decide on how to later on. And here I have saved some old black paints, by all means that I haven't bought them now. I'm going to use them for painting the tabletop underneath and painting the legs of the the table. So we're ready to start now.
В какво се е случило с масата?